Oh, do I feel good today? What is up, DTL Universe? This is your daily sports and sports betting brand of record. We call it Driving the Line. We are live every single weekday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, starting September 8th. We'll be live on Sundays at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm your host, the coach, and we've got the best crew in the game. We've got the best chat in the game. If you are brand new and just trying us out, welcome. Everybody is welcome here. On your way in, make it a part of your day. Hit that like button, start chatting away, and let's freaking go. If you have any questions for my crew, put them into the chat. They will talk as we do the show, and we'll try to answer them in real time. Already in the chat on time. Well, since we started 3 minutes late, he's on time for him. DG, any questions for DG? Put them into the chat. Now, how did we do yesterday? It wasn't our best day. We have a very simple motto here at DTL. It is, let's win more than we lose. But as he seems to do every single day, Charles just check mark by check mark by check mark continues to get it done. Now, one other thing, because we're growing organically day by day, and this is going to be our biggest 4 months we've ever had. That's obvious. But last night, we proved that there is a huge crossover between the sports fan base and the pro wrestling fan base. You guys, many of you that I see in the chat right now, you were up late last night with us on The Last Word, part of BTT, our biggest live audience by far that we've ever had. So thank you for that. Now, as we bring in my five-tool player, a reminder, we have fresh content every single day on the brand new DTL, the podcast. You can follow, you can subscribe wherever podcasts are putting out with our new partners at Pantheon. Now, life is real, and sometimes life gets in the way. AB, how was your morning, sir?
Well, good morning, Coach. First off, if I could find the mute button, that'd be fantastic. Look, started off. Look, it's going to be a great day, all right? It's 9:06 a.m. Central, all right? We've already fixed a flat tire, gotten oil and everything all over, and tire dust all over our face. But you know what? We're here, all right? We made it. We're good to go.
We are here when others simply don't show up. My dad taught me. He goes, half the battle of life, son, is just showing up. And today, truer words have never been spoken.
Yeah.
Now, the man that always loved showing up, and even when he wasn't here, he was here. Howie Schwab, what is the crew play of the day selections, AB?
Howie is going Major League Baseball here. Now, you decide where we're going to get it at. All right, Blue Jays, Red Sox over 9.5, or Blue Jays, Red Sox under 9.5. Orioles, Dodgers, West Coast, late game here. Orioles, Dodgers over 8.5. Orioles, Dodgers under 8.5. Polls in the chat. Vote now. We'll update, as we always do, at the end of the show.
And we always like to stay positive, AB, but are you getting this feeling too? Because you and I have been doing this now. This will be our 4th year together.
Yep.
And every time we get to the end of August and the weekdays like today, basically it's just baseball and a little soccer. I'm kind of getting sick of baseball betting. I with college football starting this week, it's a struggle to stay in the baseball mindset. Is it for you?
Yeah, it is. And look, I love baseball more than probably almost anybody in the country, right? And it's just annoying, man. Like, especially right now, like you're seeing weather. There's no humidity really anywhere. So you're not seeing, a ton of home runs, right? You're seeing teams that are just bowing out of the race because they know that their season's over. You're going to see a lot of young guys coming in. It's just a frustrating time, man, because there's no consistency with the sport. And that's really what makes it difficult for bettors, right? Like, if it's consistently horrible, I could deal with that. If
That's
it's
exactly
consistent runs, I could deal with that. It's just not having a clue, what's going to happen. Like, that's the most difficult part.
And finally, on Wednesday, just so everybody can kind of prepare their mindset moving forward, Wednesday will be our college football discussion day. We're going to pick 3 or 4 of the biggest games of the week, and then the crew will break them down. And we'll have picks throughout the week, but Wednesday will be our college football day. Thursday will be a lot of NFL. Then Friday will be all football. So we've got you. We've got you. Carl says, F baseball. Start looking into tennis. Where's Howie when we need him? Rest in peace to my guy. Damn it, Carl. That's exactly how we feel. We miss him every single day. But as long as I'm hosting the show and AB is a part of this show, Howie will be a part of the show every freaking day. Now, we have put together the most incredible crew in the business. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the picks. All right, there they are right now. And I tell you what, do not let the nice guy facade fool you. He's an absolute beast. Our 15 seconds today goes to none other than the man from the dirty, dirty Charles. The floor is yours.
Morning, Coach, crew. Congratulations on the numbers last night on the last word, and I'm interested to see how tomorrow goes with 96 NCAA football games this week as well. So interested to see how we narrowed those down as well. So big week ahead, all the soccer matches, all the football, baseball as well. Exciting week.
I'm so glad that you mentioned the college football game from EA Sports, because there is a person on this crew, he might actually lead the charge, that is in another big football game that is made by EA Sports. And we're going to be giving out a few codes and a few physical games. As soon as I get them, we will give them out on the show. Giveaways are a little bit harder than you would think. You're like, I'll just give them away. It takes time. This has AB. It takes freaking time. But we're going to do it. By the way, guess what just came across my freaking computer? Breaking news. Guess how much the Kelsey brothers just got, and from who, to take their new their podcast to a certain platform. It just came across. Breaking news. Anybody know? Nobody? It's a place that I believe we belong. Amazon Prime is going to pay the Kelseys $100 million for their video portion of their podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, America is a beautiful, beautiful place. Wow. Raphael, with that news, good morning.
Good morning, crew. Good morning, Coach. I want to say, how did not one of us have fade the Cleveland Guardians yesterday? They played a doubleheader. They lost both. They're 1-17 in doubleheader games. 75% of doubleheader games are splits. I can't believe not one of us faded Cleveland yesterday in baseball.
I'm blaming you. You're our numbers guy. I'm blaming you. Nobody else.
I know. I'm blaming myself, too. I was watching the Cubs game. Couldn't blame.
All right. He's got the best beard in the game. He's here on Tuesdays and on Fridays also. He's a part of DTL, the podcast. Soupy, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. My back hurts a little bit. I think it's from carrying this huge win I had over the weekend against DG. I think I might need a little bit of support for myself. I think I'm just going to wear this today, around my waist. Just kind of help out,
Yeah, we were actually talking about you on the show, and the fact that I feel like I need to take you to. I have different courses online. One of them is how and when to talk trash. And I feel like me and you need to have a little one-on-one. But, hey, you can do what you want, but it's going to come back to bite you. It's going to come back to bite you. All right, let's get into the picks, guys. Today, it's a busy, busy day, even though it's a Tuesday. Charles, I'm coming right back to you. Let's get it started.
The final legs of the Champions League qualifiers, they begin today, and we feature Sparta Prague, who holds a 2-0 aggregate advantage and averaged 2 team goals at home this season. They welcome Swedish champs Malmo, who were shocked last week, but still have plenty of firepower to come back, averaging 2.4 team goals on the road. And just like Sparta last week, I expect the visitors to get on the scoreboard in the first half with Malmo. First half, team total over 0.5 and the over 2.75 as I see 3 at worst or at least 4 goals. Once again, this is the Champions League qualifiers. It's Sparta Prague. Malmo goes off at 3 p.m. Eastern.
All right, be very careful. Look at the aggregate. Look at all the different things because the Champions League is a different animal when it comes to betting. Charles, thank you very much. Now, Raphael, let me come over to you. You got one play today. We're going to a prop, and it's a guy that when you see his name, you think positivity. You're up.
Yeah, I'm going Justin Steele over 6.5 strikeouts for my Chicago Cubs, laying $1.25. That plus $1.25. Cubs scored 18 runs yesterday. I think they just scored a run right now as I'm talking. They should have no problem with the Pirates, even though Jones has pitched well against the Cubs. But Steele, 3 out of 5 starts have hit this prop. One of those starts was against the Blue Jays, where he only went 2 innings because of a run delay, and he was on pace to easily have 6.5 strikeouts. So I just like the way he's been pitching. The Cubs have won 5 of his last 5 starts. I think Steele has a nice game today. I'll take that strikeouts plus money. I'm grabbing it. One thing about college football, someone DM'd me last night about the show. How come I don't have any college football bets on the board yet? Wednesdays, I'll start putting mine out because Wednesday mornings when the screens light up for college football for line movement. Usually Wednesday mornings is when the sharps pound college football. I don't want to put a number now, and it moves on Wednesday. So Wednesday, I'll start putting college football numbers up.
All right, and that's exactly why we are doing college football on Wednesdays, and we'll try to get as much out to you as humanly freaking possible. All right, Soupy, you are all over one of there's 3 matchups this weekend that involve ranked teams, and you are all over one of those. Real quick, and make it very quick, because you love to talk trash when you went over DG, but you had a bad beat in week 1 that involved an over-under, did you not?
Yeah, I did. It was Montana State and New Mexico. 2 forced fumbles scored for a touchdown, and then we were still sitting good. We were still sitting good with about 4 minutes left.
Yeah.
93-yard touchdown.
Yeah. I watched that live, and then, of course, your text comes out, and I'm like, that's why he doesn't. The karma gods already bit you 2 hours after you won the Georgia Tech. Look at AB over there. He's like, man, I've been up early changing this tire, man. I'm exhausted.
I had to stretch it out a little bit. Back's hurting.
All right, Soup, you got 2 plays. Let's start with your football, please.
Yeah, let's try to go for this under. Mike Elko, former Duke coach, is now in College Station. He led Duke to 18. He was 18th in points allowed per game. When a coach usually leaves a team, a lot of his players go to the transfer portal. Riley Leonard, his quarterback from last year, is going to be on the opposite side of him at Notre Dame. So Elko knows a lot about Leonard, and Leonard hasn't played since October of last year. Season ended with an ankle injury, had a second ankle injury. So he might have a tough day, especially going against a coach that knows him very well. And Notre Dame, as we know, is a defensive-minded team. Marcus Freeman. They were 9th last year in points allowed per game. This is going to be a defensive battle. And do you want me to do my baseball pick also?
Usually when I say let's start with something, that means do all of them.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can continue. Yes.
I will continue because it is Patrick Corbin Day. I just got so excited because it was Patrick Corbin Day. I didn't know. I couldn't wait on it. And he's going against my Yankees. 325 batting average that the Yankees have against Corbin. A lot of that is led by DJ LeMahieu and Giancarlo Stanton. And even Gleyber Torres, 4 for 9 against Corbin. So I got them getting over 5.5 runs on a plus odds, especially because they've been hitting very well. They didn't even have Judge and Soto do anything last night, and they still got 5 runs. I think they do something tonight, and they get the over 5.5.
We actually talked about the Yankees and Judge yesterday on the podcast, and really leaning into Aaron Judge and his all-time greatness in real time. And why, as sports fans, we're not allowed to do that. Why do we have to wait till somebody's done to say they're one of the all-time greats? That was a nice discussion. If you haven't listened to it, go back and listen to the podcast yesterday with Raphael and Z-Man. All right, we split them up. So, Charles, before I get to my man AB, let me come right back over to you. You have another game today that you're sinking your teeth into.
Lastly, we're going back to this Salzburg and Dynamo Kiev matchup, where Salzburg matches have averaged 4.4 total goals at home, and Kiev, they've averaged 3.3 total goals on the road over their last 25 fixtures. I put a combo together. I'm going to do the over 3 full-time goals and the both teams are scoring over 2.5, as Kiev has to go for it, which is going to set up for an open match to see both teams getting on the scoreboard with a minimum of 3 goals. Once again, this is Salzburg, Dynamo Kiev. Champions League qualifiers. This also goes off at 3 p.m. Eastern.
Man, I tell you what, I had a little tear coming down the side of my cheek, Charles. How far you've come, right on camera, delivering the Champions League like a pro's pro. Absolutely love it.
Following your lead, Coach. Following your lead.
All we can do is try. All right, AB. Everybody has gone except for you. And if I know you like I think I know you, you are all over this Clemson, Georgia, and the way Clemson has been playing the last couple of years. They keep getting a ranking, but yet they're average at best. You're up.
Georgia is going to pound Clemson. They're going to lay it all over him because Kirby Smart, whenever people stop talking about Georgia, he starts wearing on his team, and that's exactly what he's been doing all offseason. Yes, they are replacing their quarterback. They are replacing a lot of stars, Brock Bowers included, but that's what Georgia does, man. They do it every year. They're going to pound all over Clemson. So we're going to take the second half here. Team total over 14.5. Yes, it's on the other side of that key number. However, fine with that because Georgia's going to score 2 touchdowns and a field goal at minimum in this game in the second half. And expect it to be a little slow to start as both teams kind of break themselves in. But in the second half, all systems go. Georgia's going to put points all over the board. And speaking of points, well, runs, so to say. The Braves and the Twins got we had a rain delay last night. There are runs all over the board. They're going to do the exact same thing again. Take the over there. You're going to see runs pop up on both sides.
All right, I absolutely love it. Everybody is making the race towards the playoffs. We talk about it almost every single day here on the show. Really lean into teams that have something to play for because those are the teams that show up every single day, like the Royals who sweep the Guardians yesterday. I saw somebody in the chat playing the Royals to, I think, win the division plus 250. Like that play. We'll see. We'll see. All right, everybody has gone. I think it's going to be a nice bounce-back day when it comes to our picks. But as you know, if you watch DTL every single day, we are smack dab in the middle of our 24 days to the NFL. We have broken down every single team, all 32. But now it's time to talk divisions. And today we start with the NFC East. Producer man. It is easily the most popular, it just continues to be, division in all of football. You have the most expensive team and franchise in all of sports, the Dallas Cowboys. You've got the Eagles, who 2 years ago went to the Super Bowl. Then last year, they were 10-1 on their way again, and then literally got a flat tire for the last 6 or 7 weeks. And then you've got who are terrible, paying their quarterback over $40 million a year. And then you got the Commanders, who just traded a really good wide receiver within the division to the Eagles. So, AB, let me come over to you. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to pick the winner of the division, and everybody's going to pick one player that they think is the most important player in the division to them and why. So, AB, I would love for you to start. Who wins this division?
The Eagles. Philadelphia Eagles. Take them at minus 125. All right. I'm not begging on the Cowboys. But the Eagles are just better offensively. They're better defensively. I think that they have a better head coach. The Eagles' problem is the Eagles, right? Like, it's the locker room. If they fix that, everything else is good to go. The Cowboys, yeah, they paid CeeDee Lamb, but they still got 2 other dudes they've got to pay, plus others. And do they even have a run game? Is Ezekiel Elliott really the best one that you have? Now, if you want to take Dallas, do it now at plus 175. But I'm going to roll Eagles. If you're giving me minus 125, I'll take that all day long.
Well, Christian is responding to UAB. He says, take the Cowboys to win the division now. Eagles start slow and take the Eagles plus money on both later in the season. Live betting, something to think about. AB?
Yeah. I was going to say, look, Christian, that's not a bad play, right? Like, I mean, the Cowboys have unbelievable talent on both sides, right? Like, it is not a bad play. And yeah, I mean, you could argue who does have the better defense. Cowboys have a lot of stars that can turn the ball over, right? So I'm not bagging on them whatsoever. Yeah, Christian, it's not a bad play, right? Like, get it in, plus 175, solid.
I like it a lot too. By the way, as AB said yesterday, CeeDee Lamb, 4 years, $136 million to now show up and play. Raphael, you agree with AB. Why?
It's because I think they're the best team in the division. August 5th, when we first started talking about our football futures and all this, the Eagles were at minus 110 to win the division. Now they're minus 125. Oh, but CeeDee Lamb got signed yesterday. How come it went up? Because the Cowboys stink. I'm not sold on them. I think the Eagles win this division. What I saw for the Giants in preseason, what I've seen with Washington in preseason, I think this is an Eagles' easy victory. I just think they're looking back what they did last year, all the negativity that went last year towards the end of the season. I think they're just ready to go. I like their wide receiver core. I like their secondary. I like the Eagles to win this division. Minus 125, August 5th, I laid minus 110. So I have a nice ticket.
Wow, 3 nickels you got better than what it is right now. By the way, the Eagles have 3 legit wide receivers now that Dotson is wearing green. Charles, you also love the Eagles today.
I have to back the Eagles to win the NFC East just based off the division. Cowboys, Commanders, and Giants. I mean, they're simply the class of the division as well. Explosive offense, solid defense, experience as well. So, yeah, minus 125 as well to win this division. That's a great number. So, yeah, make that 3 on the Eagles to win the NFC East.
No, make that 4 because Soupy's all over it too. Explain yourself, Soupy.
I'm not even worried that they lost some of their most important players on the line. Jason Kelsey and Fletcher Cox retired. Hassan Reddick is now with the Jets. And because one thing I don't believe that the secondary is going to have the same season they had last year. Darius Slay and James Bradbury are 2 very good corners. They just both had really bad years. Slay missed a few games. I think that'll be even better. And again, that offense got even better with Jaha Dotson and Saquon Barkley. And I just don't believe in the Cowboys. It's hard. They lost a lot of their offensive linemen. It's going to be tough this year for Dak and the boys to move the ball. And everybody on the Cowboys coaching staff are on a 1-year contract. Jerry Jones has no confidence in this team. I think realistically, after this season, it's going to be a huge changeover for the Cowboys. I'm nervous for that, and that's why I just think the Eagles are the better team, and they're going to win this division pretty easily.
Yeah, I think a year from now we're going to be seeing Deion Sanders standing on the sidelines for the Dallas Cowboys. And I know people think I'm crazy when I say that. I'm telling you right now, Jerry Jones loves a very vocal coach. He likes a coach that stands out front. And Mike McCarthy is not that. We want you to let us know, who do you think wins the NFC East this year? Put it into the chat. One word is all we need to get a feel for what you guys are feeling in the chat and with the crew. Now, there are very important players for different reasons. Everybody's got a different reason. So, AB, let me come over to you because I did not expect to see this name underneath this category. Why?
Everybody's probably looking at it saying, what in the world is a Cam Jurgens? Well, let me explain who Cam Jurgens is. All right. He is a versatile center and guard. All right. For the Philadelphia Eagles, you're going to see him lining up at right guard, but he could take over center anytime he needs as the Eagles replace Jason Kelsey on that offensive line. And we all know how incredibly important first downs are through the middle and the far and the quick right side. All right, but now Saquon Barkley running the football. The Eagles' offensive line is going to be the determining factor for this offense. But let me tell you why I love Cam Jurgens. In college at Nebraska, all right, he grew up on a cattle ranch in the Midwest. He's already tough. Goes to Nebraska, creates his own beef jerky company called Beef Jerky. All right, and I'll give him a plug, beefjerky.com. Then he goes to the combine, meeting with coaches, and is handing out his own beef jerky right there just to get his name remembered. Gets drafted during a tornado and didn't move. He took the call during a tornado. So I say all this to say, if you think this man is concerned about moving your ass off the line so that Saquon Barkley can pop one, don't be. This man is all grit, son. Cam Jurgens, that's my dude.
The last 60 to 75 seconds is exactly what I'm talking about in the DTL universe. I have one very simple question for all of you at home and on the crew today. Do you want to do the work? I didn't think so. By the way, one of the greatest entrances of all time. It happened, God, I was just out of college, one of my first jobs. We're at Nebraska K-State. Remember back in the 90s, guys? Well, maybe not you, Soupy. But back in the 90s when K-State started to get good, and all of a sudden you go to Nebraska, they got 80, 90, 100,000 people. And up on the big screen, they've got like a drone. It was one of the first ones where they're flying along I-80. It goes down into the stadium, down into the tunnel, and then the doors open. And this is all on the big screen. And as the doors open, out comes Big Red. And I'm getting goosebumps just telling you about it right now. It's the greatest entrance in college. I don't know if they still do it today, but damn it, I'm standing there and I'm like, where am I? This is the greatest environment of all time. And I just always think about that. Great stuff. Thank you, AB. Thank you. All right. Now, in the chat, Raphael, DG says Jalen Hurts is the third best quarterback in the division. I can't back him. I'm assuming he's talking about Dak, and I don't know who else, but you think Dak is the most important person in this division. Why?
First of all, Nebraska wishes it was 1990 in college football and they might win some games. But yeah, mine is Dak Prescott. Not because of his glory, but because I think the Cowboys don't even make the playoffs plus 170. Give me the no. If you're a Cowboy fan, twin brother, I know you watch this and in the evenings after you get off work, don't watch this segment because they stink. I think the Cowboys are going to be all around. Are they going to keep Dak Prescott? Is Dak Prescott going to sign? I don't even think he signs. And coach is right. I'm hearing Deion rumors all over Dallas. Belichick could be going to the Raiders. If that's the case, maybe Dak Prescott goes to the Raiders because that's what the Raiders are searching for. They're a complete mess. Yes, I know they got CeeDee Lamb yesterday. Ooh, CeeDee Lamb with Super Bowl. Give me my ring now. Give me a break. They still have issues on the offensive line. They got an old man Yeller as a running back coming back to play, put the star on. Their defense has some holes. I'm not sold on Dallas. It would not shock me if Washington has more wins. I'm sorry, twin bro. I'm not sold. Cowboys do not make the playoffs. No, plus 170 is the reason why I'm picking Dak Prescott.
John says, twin brother? What? And then Kevin says, shut your face, Raphael. We've got a Cowboys fan in the chat, apparently.
Sorry, Kevin.
Ooh, already getting fiery on an August 27th day. All right, Charles, let me come over to you because Jalen Hurts has been great. He has made it to a Super Bowl, but then last year at the end of the year, he was terrible. Why do you think he's the most important in this division?
Well, if I believe the Eagles are going to win the division, it has to do a lot with Jalen Hurts. He's the orchestrator of the offense. You know, so much runs through him as well. So definitely the leader of the team. Sirianni will put plenty on the plate for him as well. So, yeah, I believe Jalen Hurts is the spark plug for this team as well, distributed to all those offensive weapons as well. So you can even look at him to win the MVP at plus 1,400, I believe, as well. So I think that's even worth a little sprinkle for Jalen Hurts to win the NFL MVP. So I'm expecting big things from him, even though I'm not an Eagles fan. But, yeah, definitely expecting a big season from Jalen Hurts.
Just a little sprinkle. By the way, AB, you know when people don't get jokes? A very funny joke in the chat just now that Raphael did not get at all. And maybe he did, and then he answered it straight. Joe says Raphael has a twin brother named Donatello. And Raphael writes, nope, his name is Steve.
Steve.
I got the joke, but my middle name is actually a turtle name too. So I got that joke. I'm Raphael Michelangelo Esparza. So I have two turtle names, but actually my parents named me as archangels, not turtles, because turtles wasn't invented in 73.
Wait, so what's the full name?
Raphael Michelangelo Esparza.
That is a name right there.
Right now?
Why do you not use that?
But you know why? Because the turtles. That's why.
Oh my God. My mind is now just clicking. I'm just like, what can I do with that? That's
I want no turtle nicknames. No turtle nicknames.
All right, we're gonna shift it from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to you're Celestial. That's what you are.
The Celestial. I can't even say that. That won't work.
Celestial.
I can't even spell that. I can't even spell that.
No kidding, right?
Don't look at me.
All right, finally, let's move over to the bottom right-hand corner. And only in the NFL, apparently, it's not a big deal because you got to play somewhere and you got to keep your job and you don't want to sit at home. So if the only option is to go down the Jersey Turnpike and play for your arch rivals, then apparently that's what you do. And that's exactly, Soupy, what Saquon Barkley is commencing to do this coming season. Why did you write him down?
Because the run game is going to be essential for what Philadelphia does. It's essential for what Jalen Hurts can do. And give credit to DeAndre Swift and Miles Sanders. They did very well in that system. But Saquon is the best running back that Jalen Hurts has had. The problem is he gets hurt a lot. As a Giants fan, I have experienced it, and I have seen the difference of the Giants when Barkley is in the lineup and when he's not. It is a sharp decline, and I have a feeling it would be the same thing for the Eagles if Barkley is not in the lineup, which could very well happen. So these picks that we have, Eagles win, that is pending that Saquon is in the game for 17 weeks. If he's not, I don't think they even come close to an NFC East division championship.
And maybe we need to look at his season total. I honestly don't know what it is, but if they're smart, they use him sporadically, maybe 10, 12 carries a game instead of 20 to 25 carries a game, and try to limit it just a little bit. And that would mean I want to look that up because I think that would be a pretty good bet. Raphael, go.
Yeah, he's probably one of the player prop bets people betting the under, and I get liability emails all the time. I try to send them out when I send them, and he's probably one of the biggest liability for under touchdowns, under rushing yards, just because I think the Eagles are going to do exactly what you said. They're going to use him. They're not going to use him as an everyday back, use him all the time. They're going to they have other running backs that can do the same thing.
Okay. Very, very good.
And I will say, though, unlike the Giants, the Eagles do have a much better offense. The problem was with the Giants is that's the only person they had in that line. He led the team in receiving touchdowns last year. The running back led the team in receiving touchdowns last year. He's not going to be as important for the Eagles as he was for the Giants, and I think that's why I agree that give him 15 touches at the most. Let Kenneth Gainwell do his thing. They brought in Will Shipley, who was from Clemson. Just rotate those guys, and it'll be just keep him healthy. That's the main thing. Just keep him healthy.
You got anything else, Soupy? I feel like you're talking yourself into it right now. The longer you talk, the more you're talking yourself into it. Now, isn't it interesting that we talk about an entire division, and the only time the Giants are mentioned is when Soupy's talking about them negatively? That's how bad they are. And we haven't even touched on the Commanders, who have a rookie quarterback. And I would love to know, DG, you're in the chat, what's the other quarterback that you're talking about that's better than Jalen Hurts? Obviously, it's Dak. But who else do you think is better? Daniel Jones? I'm interested. Put it into the chat and let me know. John says, Coach loves messing with Soupy. Oh, John, I do not. I do not enjoy it at all. It's not something that I enjoy.
I make it easy for him.
That is very true. That is very true. I will tell you this. The one thing that I really enjoy and I'm looking forward to is August 30th because it is almost here. And for those of you not here at the top of the hour, as we've crossed the bottom of the hour, never fear. We've got you covered in a little segment we call the Whip Around, presented by Reagan, the movie.
Welcome to your life.
You can run from a bully for so long,
There's no
but after a while, you're going to have to stand up to him.
What did the president know, and when did he know it?
I am about to start the biggest war of this century.
You told me you wanted to make a difference in this world.
What would you have me do?
I want you to fight.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Wants to rule the world.
I do want to say sincerely, Kevin and everybody at the movie company that believed in us a month ago just to get us started, thank you very much. We're going to be doing a lot of business with them, but sincerely, all kidding aside, thank you very much. Now, who's going to go the yard today? And Charles, yesterday we talked about it on the podcast, the greatness of Aaron Judge. He's on pace for 63 home runs, which would break his own American League mark of 62 home runs. So today, he's plus 155. The leadoff hitter for the Phillies, Kyle Schwarber, plus 215. Shohei, the MVP probably of the National League, plus 400. Our favorite Oriole, Gunnar Henderson, and DJ LeMahieu, the fourth option for our New York Yankees. Charles, who's going to go the yard today?
I mean, I have to go with Aaron Judge plus 155 against Patrick Corbin Day. So was looking at LeMahieu, but for show purposes, Aaron Judge plus 155.
Which brings us to Soupy. Where are you headed, Soupy?
I can't believe it. I'm going with DJ LeMahieu. He has 6 home runs against Patrick Corbin. He's actually been hitting the ball a little better. And even I'll give an honorable mention. I think Stan could get one too. He's got a couple home runs against Patrick Corbin. I think the launching pad is going to be out in DC tonight.
Very interesting. So an honorable mention, AB, from Soupy. He's got 2 different Yankees. Where are you headed, sir?
He's going to take every Yankee on the board, which actually might not be a bad plan today. He's right on DJ LeMahieu. That is an excellent choice. Excellent choice there. But look, I'm going to go Kyle Schwarber here on the left-hand side, going up against Verlander here. I like Kyle Schwarber's chances today.
All right, Kyle Schwarber, the Phillies, as they continue their push towards the playoffs. Raphael, talk to me.
I'm getting Ohtani 4-1. Maybe even parlay it with a home run and a stolen base. Because if you're telling me Ohtani's at 4-1, and if you want to parlay a stolen base, that means it's probably close to 15-1 if he does both on the same day. Ohtani 4-1 to hit a home run. I think that.
Boom, and boom. Love my numbers guy. All right, before we get into our whip around, AB, we've got some issues in the chat. Because as much as I love DG, and I'm going to give you his second option and get your reaction to it, he takes 2 steps forward and then 3 steps back. Hey, Allie, how disappointing was the Love Island reunion? Question mark. Exclamation point. Question mark. We're right knee deep in a beautiful NFL discussion, and he starts talking about Love Island, AB. What are we doing? What are we doing?
He's all over the board. He's all over the board. Now, give him credit. Look, I guess we're going to have to get, like, Love Island odds. All right, so I guess he's going to have to work with, I didn't even get to get his name out. I was going to say your full name, and I didn't even get to get the first one out. You said, nope. No.
Maybe we need to get Johnny Bananas, who hosts this. He hosted all the reunion crap and the challenge 40, by the way. If you want a good reality show, watch the challenge. I love that show.
Hey,
now,
Coach, can I say real quick?
Yeah.
Johnny, I went out drinking with him one night in Nashville. He could hammer some drinks.
He's like the Miz, AB. He grew up getting paid to show up at clubs in between seasons of the challenge. Yeah. What a beautiful way to make money.
Yeah, he's a fun dude, man. He's shout out to him, dude. Brandon Smith. Yeah. Yep.
We DM all the time. We text all the time. Miz, by the way, years ago, I think I may have told this story. I went out with him right after his MTV fame. He would get anywhere from $3,000 to $6,000 to show up at a club and drink. And that's how he made his money before he got into the WWE. I'm sitting there watching this guy going, this is the greatest job of all freaking time. Of all time. Now, AB and anybody else that would like to quickly react, DG believes that Mr. Daniels from Washington is better than Jalen Hurts, the rookie. Your thoughts?
Wait, who's it to me?
Yeah. Your name is AB, correct?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
Jaden Daniels, I like Jaden Daniels at LSU, but better than Jalen Hurts. Ugh. I don't know many quarterbacks in the NFL that are better than Jalen Hurts. Yeah, I'm not rolling on that one. That is a non-Love Island for me.
Wow.
That was a bad joke.
Wow. I don't even know if I can take that seriously right now. A rookie out of LSU who was really a proponent of the interception in college, and we're going to pick him before he's played a game better than Jalen Hurts, a quarterback that's gone to the Super Bowl. DG, be better than that. And by the way, he throws in, this is the best season of Big Brother in five years. Now he's back in my good graces. We've had in 10 or 15 years. And we're watching the best player, Tucker, that's ever played the game. If you haven't watched Big Brother, do it. All right, enough BSing around. Enough BSing around. We've got to get back to our picks. It's one nugget, 10 seconds or less. And, Charles, you've got 4 plays that here. We got to put them together. Start it.
Champions League qualifiers, Sparta Prague and Malmo. We're going to grab Malmo first half team total over half a goal. I think they at least get one in the first half, and the over 2.75 full-time goals. I see at least 3 at worst, 4 or more possible, 2-2 type of game. Then Salzburg, Dynamo Kiev, over 3 full-time goals. Dynamo Kiev has to go for it, at least to an open match, and we're going to bundle that together because I do think they'll score. Both teams will score in over 2.5 goals, and these both start at 3 p.m. Eastern.
And that last bet, for those of you new to soccer betting, it's a bet that you can make. You don't have to put them together and parlay them. They actually, at most books, you go all the way to the bottom, and they'll have that together, BTTS, and over 2.5 for one price. This one is minus 110. Raphael, you're up.
Give me Justin Steele over 6.5 strikeouts plus $1.25. His last outing, 10 strikeouts, W. He's won 5 straight starts for the Chicago Cubs. They won easily yesterday, scoring 18 runs. I think Steele has a better game today against the Pirates. Last time he didn't. Give me 6.5 strikeouts plus $1.25.
Soupy, you're up.
Texas A&M, Notre Dame, 2 defensive-minded coaches going at it, under 46.5, and it is Patrick Corbin Day against my Yankees. I will be on the couch with popcorn in hand. They are going to score well over 5.5 runs.
At even money, I like it. AB, get my juices flowing for a little college football as well.
Going right to it, Georgia. Second half team total over 14.5 at minus 105 playing Clemson. That's the early game on Saturday, by the way. That tells you how damn good week 1 of college football is going to be on Saturday there. And we're also going to take the Braves Twins over 8 minus 150 or minus 105. Actually, now the juice has moved on your books. Take those, get it going, because Soupy, for that Notre Dame, Texas A&M, you know what Notre Dame says? Notre Dame, our mother, pray for us.
Real quick, they're asking in the chat, Charles, if you might have a hashtag stay on your toes live play and anything else, perhaps goals in the Young Boys game today or Galatasaray. You like anything else today?
I gave 4 plays.
Don't get hot. I'm just asking. I'm just the host. Damn.
Got any other questions?
Damn. Oh, man. My bad. My bad. Don't ask
them
Charles
toes.
anything in the chat. Don't ask Charles anything.
Who are Young Boys?
I always wondered that.
Raphael's favorite team.
Yeah.
Easy.
Was it a Sons of Anarchy? Was it a Sons of Anarchy motorcycle club name?
Soupy. I know we're getting to fantasy. We've got all these drafts coming up. Where are you and your crew in the fantasy world right now?
We are looking good. We did the DTL fantasy football draft over the weekend. I got all my guys. I'm so excited. And I'm going to give my all-in guy this Friday on the DTL podcast. And I will announce how I will be doing all my fantasy material over the season on DTL, the podcast, this Friday.
Interesting. I happen to know the producer of DTL, the podcast, and he had no idea that you were doing that this Friday. So I'll let him know. I'll send him an email. TJ says, got all his guys, but expected to lose week 1, coach. Probably so. I tell you what, you put yourself out on a ledge. And when it works, the trash talk works. When it doesn't, I'm going to be here to enjoy the show with my popcorn on my couch. All right.
Somebody said that that's what happens when Charles meets his pick quota for the day.
Apparently so. I've learned my lesson. Yeah. Damn. All right, gentlemen, great job as always. Raphael and Soupy, we'll see you on the podcast in just a few minutes. And don't forget, we always have a crew exclusive for all my guys, extra picks, a little 3 to 5 minute segment. If you are a crew member, I encourage you to join today, because we have so much extra content starting next week, in addition to the crew exclusive every day. And also the video of our podcast is available for our crew members every day as well. All right, gentlemen, thank you very much. It's now time to wrap things up with the closing bell. All right, what did the crew select today, AB?
The Crew selected actually 2 options. Number 1, don't ever ask Charles a question ever again. And number 2, the Orioles and the Dodgers over 8.5. We're going to take them young boys over 1.7 live or 7.5. I don't even know how those bets go down. Orioles, Dodgers over 8.5. That's what the Crew's going. Going to be a fun game on the West Coast tonight.
It was fun to have this show for the good 8 months that it lasted. It was really, really good there. So I think we answered everything in the chat. AB, we are now, can you believe it? We are just 9 days away from the start of the NFL season. And have we decided yet, because I know that we're promoting it, that one of the 3 nights is going to be for everybody, Thursday, Sunday, or Monday. What do you think would be the best night that we should go with? Have we thought about it?
My pick would be Sunday night. I think it's the most exciting night. I think it would be great for everybody. It's sandwiched right in the middle.
Love it.
My pick would be Sunday.
Love it. All right. So officially right here, our announcement is that Thursdays and Mondays will be Crew exclusives. DTL After Dark, you got to be a member of the Crew. It's the best value in sports betting, and I'm serious. I can't believe that we only charge $5.99. And then on Sundays, we'll recap all the games. We'll talk about Sunday Night Football. We've got you covered there as well. And AB, guess what? We haven't even talked about this yet. That next Friday, we're going to have the first ever DTL After Dark NFL Friday night game from Brazil.
That's right.
From Brazil. Eagles and the Packers.
It's a good game. Brazil's getting a
game.
great game. Yeah, that's going to be solid.
Are you kidding me? If only we could find anybody to do the show with us. I mean, maybe we will. Maybe we won't. I don't know. I'll be here.
London's always like, why do we get the Jags Titans every season?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Just give me the Jags and the Texans, and we're all good. All right. Maybe Jalen Hurts will show DG that he is a better quarterback than Mr. Daniels. It's going to be a fun year. This is what it's all about. It's about talking, arguing in a good-spirited fashion, and then seeing how it all plays out. That's why the NFL is king, and the college football season will be kind of like the little brother. It's fantastic. They're all great, and we're going to cover all of them for you every single day right here on DTL. So tell all your friends, come on, become a member of the Crew, so you don't get shut out of anything. All right, DTL, the podcast drops around 2 p.m. Eastern this afternoon. Also, the last episode, we'll have a special one for the President's Cup, but the last episode of DTL Golf today as we get ready for the Tour Championship. The 30 best have arrived in Atlanta. They are ready to go. We picked our winner last week, Keegan Bradley. Hopefully, we can do it again this week. So with all that being said, it is now time for you to go out into the world, for you to pay it forward, for you to be kind to one another, be honest with each other. It's the only way that this thing can work. And understand this, there's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. Shout out to Good Boy Golf. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. Brian Tucker, Lobo. My man from the Dirty Dirty Charles. Best beer in the game, Soupy. My numbers guy, Raphael. My partner, AB. And never forget about producer man behind the scenes, always making the show look like $1 million. We grind for you so we can win with you. It's truly what we're all about right here every day at Driving the Line. Good luck.